Hey everybody, and welcome back to Lindsey's Little Library. It is early, like I don't think it's even 8 o'clock in the morning. I have a very full cup of coffee. But I thought I would get some of my videos done because the house is quiet. The sun is out. It's a very fallish August day, like it's chilly. But I thought we would just knock them out this morning. So today is BookList Thursday, which I'm super excited about, as always. BookList Thursday is something I do with Sarah over at Sarah's Nightstand. We come to you every Thursday with some sort of book thoughts, ideas, recommendations, something bookish related. Today's topic for the first Thursday in August is authors I want more from. I think I saw this, I want to say on Instagram somewhere, where somebody was just starting this topic of authors they wanted more from, so we thought we'd run with it. I could take this two ways. So I could take this as like favorite authors that I just devour all of the time and I continually want more from, but I feel like I talk about my favorite authors quite a bit. So I took it as authors that maybe haven't written something in a while that I'm like wanting more from, or I've just found them and really enjoy them and I just continue to want more from them. So that's where I'm taking this. First one is an author I've been wanting more from for quite a while because I read this book like pre-BookTube. I read this book and it's still like in my top 10 favorite books of all time, and that's The Help by Kathryn Stockett. Kathryn Stockett, all she's written is this book. And it's phenomenal. Now I haven't looked in a while and I probably should have done a little more research before now, but I want more. So if you know Kathryn, tell her I want more. If you haven't heard of The Help and you have not read this book, go read it right now. It is phenomenal. And I have a bookmark in it. Actually, I think it's my sister's. It's phenomenal. So this takes place in the early 1960s in Jackson, Mississippi, and we're really following the lives of kind of the helpers, the black maids that go in and help raise the white babies and work with these families for years, and then all of a sudden are fired for allegations. It's phenomenal. So we have our main character, Skeeter, who went to college and she wants to be a journalist, and so she decides to kind of start writing down the stories of these helpers, of these maids, because she wholeheartedly misses the woman that basically raised her, and her name was Constantine. And so she starts working with a number of maids in the area, which is very dangerous. The maids themselves could face punishment just for even being with her. So it's a beautiful story. I love it. It's fantastic. Kathryn Stockett, please write more. More coffee. That's good stuff. Good stuff. All right, next one I need more from. So if you know Gillian Flynn, please let her know. I want more books. I want more books. I want more books. So there's 4 out there. Gone Girl, which phenomenal. Gone Girl is what got me really back into reading when I took a bit of a hiatus, kind of post high school-ish time, you know, when I was really cool. But Gone Girl, Sharp Objects, Dark Places, and The Grown Up are all of her books. I've read them all. I've devoured them all. They're so good. So good. They are psychological thrillers, mysteries. Like Sharp Objects, we're actually following the story of Camille, and she is a cutter. She has hardly really, or she was a cutter when she was growing up. She's hardly really talked to her mother or her half-sister. There is some stuff that happened in the past she kind of fled from, but she is now sent back to her hometown to investigate a story. I believe she's a journalist as well, about something that happened to a young woman in her hometown It's very similar to something that happened when she was growing up. So in this little itty bitty book, oh, so good. So Gillian Flynn, tell me more. Please tell me more. I mean, she introduced me to the like epic plot twist of all time in Gone Girl. It's all her fault. All right. Next one I need more from, and this is a newer author. I think the rest are kind of newer authors that I've found in the last few years or so. But this time it's Abby Jimenez. I've devoured The Friend Zone as well as the Happily Ever After playlist by her. She is more of a romance contemporary fiction writer, but her stories hit deep. They have situations in them that it's a little more than just a girl meets boy, misunderstanding, make up in the end type story. There's more to it. And I have fallen in love with her. I know she has a third book coming out, I believe this fall, that kind of continues with, I think with this kind of these characters, I would say. So the Friend Zone and Happily After playlist are, I guess I would call them companion novels. It doesn't really matter which one you read first. I would suggest reading the Friend Zone first, but just in a chronological order, this one would come first. Even though she wrote the Happily Ever After playlist first, which, interesting fact. I did attend an author event of hers, which made me just fall in love with her even more. But I need more Abby Jimenez in my life. Like, just the way she writes these characters, I immediately fall in love with them. I love their snarkiness sometimes. There are some really hilarious like one-line zingers in here to each other. They're fantastic. So Friend Zone follows Kristen, who is basically like, she is facing a medical procedure that will make it impossible for her to have children. So she has a hard time really keeping relationships when she kind of keeps men at bay because of this. She is helping her best friend plan her wedding and meets the best man, Josh. And there's a really fun relationship that develops from that. The way they meet is hilarious. Just how they play off each other is hilarious. It's a really great book. All right, the next author I need more from, and she has probably 6 books out, but she's lately been knocking it out of the park for me. Like, I'm obsessed and will auto buy her all of the time, is Simone St. I have been craving good ghost stories, and she has been delivering like no tomorrow. They are mysterious, they are creepy, they are atmospheric, they are fantastic. So please give me more Simone St. please. I have read one of her older books, The Haunting of Maddie Clare, I think. Cover's yellow, so it's probably behind me somewhere. And it wasn't quite, like, you can tell she's definitely grown as a writer through time, because the first book I read by her was Broken Girls, and then I read Haunting of Maddie Clare, and then I read The Sundown Motel, and there's definitely a bit of a difference. I still really enjoyed The Haunting of Maddie Clare. I'm still going to read her backlist. I have a couple other ones. But her newer books, like, she has perfected her telling of these amazing ghost stories. So Broken Girls is a dual timeline, which I love. So we have this boarding school in the 1950s that, usually you think boarding school, you think of like well-to-do children, well-behaved children going to. Not this one. This one's for the not so behaved girls. And you follow the story of these 4 friends. They are all troublemakers, but there's this friendship that blossoms and some things happen. And then you have present day, where we have our main character Fiona, and she cannot stop obsessing over her sister's murder. She doesn't think things add up even though someone is in jail for it. And the murder actually, her body was found at this boarding school. And then you have this other character called Black Mary, and she's a ghost that appears in both stories, and she's creepy and mysterious, and I can still picture the field with the fog and her, and I'm like getting goosebumps right now picturing this. So I need more of this Simone St. James because you creep me out in the oh so perfect way. And the last one I need more from is Stephanie Garber. She has written the Caraval series, which is it's a fantasy series that centers around this carnival that you are either a participant or an observer in. You have to be invited and get this really special ticket to go. And it's another amazing atmospheric book. It is mysterious. You don't know what to believe. You don't know what is show. You don't know what is real. And we follow these two sisters as they make their way to the carnival. And when they get there, one sister disappears, and so the other sister has to find her, but she's not sure if this is part of the experience or if she's really in trouble. And it has a map. So there's all Stephanie Garber has that I can find is the trilogy. So it's Caraval, Legendary, and Finale. I am hesitant to finish this series because I don't want it to end. I don't know if you've ever been there before, but I don't want it to end because I haven't seen any new Stephanie Garber lately. So give me more. If anyone knows her, tell her I need more. So those are my 5 authors that I need more from. And need is a very loose term because but let me know, are there any authors that you can think of that you're like, oh, I just want one more book. I want one more story. I want one more character. Let's talk about it below. Otherwise, hop over to Sarah's channel. Link is below. See what authors she picked that she needs more from. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.